and all the transitory vanishes somehow. By the eternal, eternal, eternal. A transcendence that is transcendence eternally. Thank you, Dad. I'm reminded of a song of my childhood with Mum. All are in the song that only India can sing, softer than the plumage on a black raven's wing. The sheikhs and beggars, the sheikhs and Turks and beggars line the streets, while holy men in shadowed throngs retreat, and women throng the old bazaar. All are in the song that only India can sing, softer than the plumage on a black raven's wing. How amazing. Thank you, Dad. Right, here we looking at Mario Lanza's, what's reported to be Mario Lanza's lyrics to the Song of India. And still the snowy Himalayas rise in ancient majesty before our eyes, beyond the plains, above the pines, while through the never changing land, as silently as any native band that moves at night, the Ganges shines. Then I hear the song that only India can sing, softer than the plumage on a black raven's wing. High upon a minaret I stand, upon an old enchanted land. There's the Maharaja's caravan, unfolding like a painted fan. How small the little race of man. Then see them all parade across the... No, it's not that. See them all parade across the ages, armies, kings and slaves from history's pages, played on one of nature's vastest stages. The turbaned Sikhs and fakirs line the streets, while holy men in shadowed calm retreats pray through the night and watch the stars. A lonely plane flies up to meet the dawn, while down below the busy life goes on, and women crowd the old bazaars. All are in the song that only India can sing, softer than the plumage on a black raven's wing. June, the ageless moon, and stars were strung by, timeless song that only could be sung by India, the jewel of the East. Well, I've never read those words before. I've only repeated my hash version of the song through the years. And I just listened to Mario Lanza singing it, of course, very old recordings, and as it was said, couldn't do justice to the tone of his voice. You know, an incredible tenor singer. They musically come to worship him, I think. And you know, it wasn't actually the voice. It was the transcendent state that he longed to present in the singing. And you know, in the singing he attempts to build up to a tremendous crescendo and finality. You see, he was experiencing worship. And you could say, when we worship we know not what. The salvation is of God. And we went to be in enlightenment. But it says something, the words alone, and the purpose of both writer and singer, says something of transcendence and speaks to us by the grace and the goodness of God, whether we can sing or not. Our whole being is lifted into his presence forever. Love you, Heavenly Dad. Thank you, Dad. Well, I didn't expect that. And it's dawning, it's morning. It's light out there. I've actually got the curtains drawn, so I can't see much of the light, just a crack between the curtains here. Awake, for the sun is scattered into flight, the stars before him from the field of night, drives night along with them and strikes the Sultan's turret with a shaft of light. Do you realize I made the mistake in my memory? The Turks and sheiks and beggars line the street, which was not the Mario Lanza words, was it? And you know what Turkey was, don't you? Part of Persia. And you know what the Persians were? Well, they included the Medes, the Persians, the Scythians, and so on. And when we say Aryan, from Arya, which was the ancient name for Persia. And they, of course, majorly influenced the culture and became the nobility of India from the northwest, you see. And the Scythian people, where we get the word in England, Saxon, we're Anglo-Saxons in English. Saxon is Scythian, it's that major influence of the Scythians upon the Norse people. the Vikings, Danes and so on. As far as we know, and we're not 100%, but got some notion that that's the history of things. We are Indo-European, and we've become Western, modern, astonishing people, an astonishing page in civilization. Goes right back before ancient Persia, before, of course, ancient Egypt, back to even before North Africa, when it was green. The age of our civilization roots dwarf any historical account that we have. Amounts to but a moment of time compared to God's eternity. But he delights in all creativity. Eternally. Our lovely God. Love you, Dad. Thank you.